What is your American dream?
My American dream is that we just stop talking about walls. A society without walls. That's my American dream.
I pray for, everyone to be happy and be at peace.
People come to this country for the same reasons. They try to get away from what's going on at home, and we should embrace each other. Got two things. I hope that Spanish is prosperous for our son Dion, who's 8 years old now, and we hope that he will be taking over our company in the future.
My American dream is I have to successful my every single thing because I have one daughter and my wife. So that's I want my good hard work and give it to them.
My American dream is one day I have my home pancake all over the place.
I'm living it. The fact that I'm able to open up my own food truck and be able to represent my culture and be able to expose it and just kind of create unity representing Ethiopians and Eritreans.
Everyone has a right to the American dream. Welcome, everybody. It's a new year, a new decade. Welcome to, I don't know what they're calling it, I guess the Roaring 20s until we have a name. It's only 6 days into the new decade. Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias and guest appearance by Sydnee Pizza Bursik. How are you? How was your holidays? And by the way, welcome Brad Squad. Welcome all. I want to hear about your holidays too. But first, let's hear about Yonathan. I know you were in L.A.
I was.
Yes?
I actually just got back yesterday. I was in L.A., then I went to Dallas for a couple of days. But spent time with the family. I always love going back home, for the holidays because we all get together and, everybody's moved out of the state. So it was good to be back.
That's
home.
nice. You saw your family. It's always good, right?
Yeah.
And pizza. I hear you're adding ingredients to the pizza. There's more ingredients. What happened? Anything special? I
got engaged.
You got engaged. Congratulations.
Oh, my parents are very happy.
Congratulations. We're making a big pizza pie. And maybe one day we'll have little mini pizzas running around. You never know. Little mini pizzas running around. You never know. We're waiting for that day.
Yeah.
And let me say hello to the entire squad. I missed everybody. Donna Bless, Facebook says she is a top fan. Donna Bless is so excited to be the show started. She forgot the S. She's just quadding up.
Oh.
All right, quad up, Donna Bless. It's not even squad up, quad up. Uncle Brad and team is back with his $1 million smile. Thank you very much. I wish I had $1 million smile.
I think you do.
I wish I did. Diane Watson saying squad up. Sheer Webley, Happy New Year, guys. Tamika Nelson saying hello. Nina God Pickney, the whole squad is back. Carol Anderson, the Tiger. How are you doing? Cher Webley and Cordella Douglas saying squad up to her friends in the squad as well. Jessica Leamy, Joelle Reed saying squad up. I even saw Jessica Leamy on Facebook posting she couldn't wait for 5:30.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't wait for 5:30 either, but apparently the crew back there really needed till 6 o'clock. Charmaine Tyndall, Happy New Year, squad. And who else do we have here? Stacy Ann Daniels saying, squad up, family, happy you're all back. We are happy, too. It's been a long time.
Yes.
It's been almost 3 weeks, or has it been 3 weeks? Almost 3 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Linda Shaw with already a comment of the day that I'm going to pre-comment of the day. There's no place I'd rather be than to listen to my captain, Uncle Brad, and be with my squad family on my birthday.
Hey.
Linda Shaw, happy birthday, Linda. And she's taking time out from her birthday to be with us. Isn't that so amazing? That's really special.
It's her birthday present.
It is. Gabriel Miller with an immigration question. He is the first one on Facebook with an immigration question that I see. We will get to you in a little bit. Who else do we see here? Nicola Clark saying Happy New Year, Brad and squad. Elizabeth Francis saying hello. Star Girl Mika saying me. I don't know what that means, but me. Lisa Bling Rose, Tasha Thomas, Amoy Suarez Wilson, M. Wendy Gibson. Squad up to everybody. And if I missed your name, there's too many people to say hello. Please don't get overly insulted. By the way, our first double fister of the year, Jessica Kalimi, watching both on YouTube and Facebook. Are we live yet on Instagram or not yet? Because no, we're not. Nope. We will eventually be live on Instagram. Who else is on YouTube? Simone Brown saying squad up. Erica UL, Cindy Albert, Ja Love, Sexy Shan Myers. Cindy Albert, how are you? Back it up, Ricky.
Hey.
Happy New Year to you all. Angela Rawlings, Daniel Kadalis. Squad up and Happy New Year. Just a curious question. Can someone return his citizenship after he becomes a citizen?
Snuck one in there.
You absolutely correct. It's not return, it's renounce. You can renounce, and that is the first answer of the year. They got me. I thought I was just reading Uncle Brad, I missed you, and he snuck right in. Right in with an immigration question. Tally, how are you, my dear? Happy New Year, Uncle Brad. Happy New Year to you as well. DJ says, up Brad Squad. DJ Killer Buzz. And 29 Super C, and I hope Errol Townsend saying Happy New Year. Aki Floor and Dream Girl Niosh says a shocking comment that I was unaware of. So I'm glad you brought it to my attention. Brad, you have a lot of Jamaican viewers. I'm thinking you should get a Jamaican to work on the show.
You didn't know you had a lot of
I didn't know I had a lot of We have lots of Jamaicans working here and on the show, just not on camera, but we will maybe in the future.
Oh yeah.
Why not? And by the way, when we do get on Instagram, we had a contest on Instagram. We're going to run our contest in about an hour or so. So on our Instagram page at Brad Show Live. So if you go on Instagram right now, you'll see a post on Friday.
Right on the profile.
Right on our profile at Brad Show Live. And if you like our page and follow it, and you put a comment in, and you comment with 5 of your friends to follow us, you will be entered into our machine. And we're going to pull out of our machine in about 1 hour a winner for a free consultation with me, either by phone or in person. It's a $200 value. Our contest ends at 6:15, because Jenny from the cubicle, it's 6:05 right now, because at that point, Jenny from the cubicle has to put together all of the people who are in the contest. And the only way to enter the contest is to follow us at Brad Show Live and enter 5 friends to follow our show as well in the comments, and the contest is over in 7 minutes. In the meantime, Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias, Pizza. Tell everybody what else they can do.
Absolutely. All right, first things first, I need everybody on Facebook and on YouTube to join the Brad Squad page. All right, so this is VIP treatment right here. You guys get a lot of different things that anybody else who's not an actual Brad Squad member on the Facebook fan page, you guys will get some things that everybody else won't get. And the main thing, of course, is the first 5 comments or questions that you guys put on that page. Doesn't matter what time of the day you guys put it on. The first 5 will be the first 5 questions we actually ask during our social media check-ins. So you guys have to join that page. And we're gonna put the link right into the comment section, and all you have to do is click it and click join, and we will actually accept your invitation right now, okay? So make sure you guys do that right now. And if you are a part of the Brad Squad page, I want you guys to go in the comment section right now and say, I am a part of the Brad Squad fan page, all right? I wanna see that in the comment section right now. All right, now for first, of course, Facebook, we need you guys to all start sharing. We need to get this show out. This is the beginning of the new decade, and we're gonna get this show out across the world. And the only way we can do that is with your help. So all you have to do is click share, click that little arrow that point it to the right, and then share it to anybody's page. You guys got to share it to individuals, share it into groups that you guys are a part of, or find groups that you think might benefit from this show. Share it in an inbox. It's so easy. It's literally a click, okay? Use your finger. We're doing a lot of work here, so we need you guys to also do work as well, okay? Now put all of your questions in the comment section right now. This is the beginning of the show, so it's a better chance of us asking your questions. Brad just answered one of them.
Correct.
He answered one of them.
Correct.
But we have a lot more to answer, so you guys make sure you put in your questions right now. Of course, we need you guys to interact. We love to hear everything you guys have to say about the show. Tell us about what's going on in your life. Tell us what happened over the holidays. Of course, you know, we're a family, all right? So we actually care about what happened to you guys over the breaks. You know, we found out Pizza got engaged. You guys see Brad.
By the way, I do know one person who's listening to you, Yonathan. Nina God Pickney is sharing.
Ooh.
I know that.
Okay.
All right, because I just saw that come across my Facebook feed.
There you go.
All right, now Mark Zuckerberg doesn't tell me everybody who shares live, but I do know that Nina God Pickney has done it. So thank you very much.
So at least that means that my mic is on.
Correct.
So I feel good about that. All right, so of course, like, love, smiley face, wild face, sad face, mad face, whatever you feel. Make sure you guys show that love on the video as well. And what are we gonna do on YouTube?
On YouTube, as always, click that thumbs up icon right underneath the video player. Turn it blue and share the love. Spread the Brad Show Live love, people. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Of course, we do try to go live at 5:30 p.m.-ish, but as you know, sometimes it's a little afterwards. You'll get the bell. You'll know when we're live. You won't have to sit around waiting for us. Also, share the link to this video to your friends. You can either share this exact link or share to your community page, and that tab will spread it out to a whole new group of people.
You know, we're on, you know, they say there's a lot of Jamaicans watching us, you know, and we love our Jamaican viewers, and we're on Jamaican time.
Yeah.
So we never start at 5:30 on the dot, right? It's 5:30 Jamaican time.
That's right.
Right.
This is true.
It's true, right?
This is true.
It's reality.
All right, guys. So that's about it, huh?
I think we've got
Did we tell them to press the gray
did.
button?
Yes, we
Did we
did.
tell them to share to WhatsApp on YouTube?
Share to WhatsApp on YouTube.
Yeah,
people.
that's how you share our show on YouTube. You have a WhatsApp group, share it.
Yeah, it's very easy. All you actually have to do is click that share button, and then it'll have you copy the link. Okay, you could actually even share directly to any of your social media platforms as well. So when you click share, you can either copy the link and post it in a WhatsApp group, a Viber group, any kind of text message app that you guys have, or you could actually send it straight from the YouTube channel to a text message or to any of your social media platforms.
I knew somebody was going to call me out on this. Public service
Ooh.
announcement. I knew I was going to get called out on it.
Brittany
You
ain't
see,
feeling
I make a joke, and she ain't playing that, Brittany. She
Right.
says, I'm Jamaican, and I'm always on time.
There you go.
So there you go. I
Let
knew
it go.
I was going to get called out on that one. I said, I'm taking my foot and sticking it in my mouth,
Hey,
right?
Listen, and she called you out on it.
Right.
Let them know.
us.
All right, guys, this is what you guys have been waiting for. There's a lot of news that we have missed and that we are going to talk about right now. This is where we snooze with Brad.
All right, so there seems to be a little misunderstanding when the decade starts. According to the Farmer's Almanac, I read this morning. I was a little disturbed. They say the new decade doesn't start till 2021. 2020 is not the new decade.
That's what I heard.
You heard that?
I did hear that.
From
My
a
best
farmer.
friend- No, a farmer said that.
I don't know. I'm asking if a farmer
No,
told you
my
this.
best friend had posted that on his Instagram, and I was like, I kind of agree.
No, I don't agree. I don't agree with these farmers. I don't know where they got this information from. Nobody says it's the decade of the 90s, started in 1991, right? When I hear the best music from the 90s, do they say, no, 1990 was part of the 80s?
Right.
No,
That's true.
1990 is part of the 90s. When I hear the best music from the beginning of the 20s, you know, the Y2K generation, they don't say, all the music from 2000, that's in the 90s. No. The 2000s was part of the 2000s. So I don't know what these farmers are talking about. You know, it's sometimes you can disagree with people.
I agree.
All right?
Well,
Isn't a decade, I mean, is 10 years So we're in 2020. I mean, can we argue that with the farmer?
I'm saying, like, if it's 10 years, then doesn't that mean the 10th year has to end?
At 2030. You mean they're saying the 20s end at the end of 2030. And I say, you farmers are wrong. All right? The 20s are going to end December 31st, 2029, and we are starting a new decade, and I'm sticking with that.
Okay.
What do you think?
I'm with you.
I kind of saw both sides. So
I don't see any side to that. Okay,
numbers
numbers
so
are numbers.
If it says if it's 10 years, that means that you have to wait for the 10th year to be over in order for the new decade to start.
No,
right?
but that's assuming that the new decade started in 2011. The new decade started in 2010. These farmers don't know what they're doing.
Devil's advocate.
These farmers, I'm going to tell you something. I'm a big proponent of farmers. Nobody loves farmers more than Brad. Okay?
Really?
Yeah, I like vegetables. I like my wheat. I like to have milk.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things farmers do that give Brad happiness. But one of them is, I don't follow their calendar. Their calendar as well.
Right.
Meanwhile, I came back. I came back to work. And the last thing I would have thought would that there would be positive immigration news for Africans. Would you think there would be positive immigration news for Africans?
No.
Well, I came back. I was actually shocked when I saw this. They passed a defense spending bill. Billions and billions of dollars in defense spending. And somewhere buried, very deep, and trust me, I know this. Well, I don't know this for a fact because I never spoke to Donald Trump. But I would say I almost know this for a fact, knowing that this man and what he said about Africans, that if he knew this was in that defense spending bill, he would have vetoed it. But what he did, or what Congress did, and kind of snuck it through for the pumpkin, is that if you are a Liberian, and there are thousands and thousands of Liberians, for Liberia, there is now an amnesty for 1 year to get a green card for all Liberians living in the United States of America. Right, shocking as it is. What you have to be able to prove as a Liberian is that you've been physically here since November 20th, 2014. And if you have been physically here and residing in America from November 20th, 2014 to the present, you are entitled to an amnesty. You don't even have to provide a affidavit of support. And your children are entitled, and they don't even have to prove that they were here. They just have to prove they were here when the law passed. They don't have to prove they were back in November 2014.
Like when the law passed now.
Yeah, last week. And it doesn't matter the age of your child as long as they're unmarried. So I just saw a Liberian family, a woman, she's been here since the 1990s. Okay. And she had TPS, and then she was put in deportation. And now she's and she's from Liberia. And she came in, and she is going to get a green card through this amnesty. And she was with her 38-year-old son who watches our show. And her 38-year-old son who watches our show brought her mother in. And he just got here a few weeks ago.
Wow.
That's amazing.
And he's going to be included in it too.
So is this because they established like diplomatic relations with Liberia back
I
in
don't know.
It was like in
There was a temporary protected status for Liberia because of, I guess there was a war at some point in Liberia. It was very I guess issue to go back to Liberia. And I think also Trump had cited, at least in the news reports, that Liberia has a very unique history with the United States because it was founded by freed slaves from America.
What, Liberia?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because a lot of people in
the
comments are like saying only Africans, like they're wondering why. But I do think I might be wrong, but I do think it might have to do.
It had to do with the temporary protected status that Liberians had.
Right.
So Liberians had TPS dating back for decades now. So maybe that is good news, perhaps for maybe that's good news for the Haitians and others who also had TPS who have been here for a very long time. Now, if you are Liberian, you have exactly 1 year to do this, or forever hold your peace.
Jeez.
So if you are watching and you're from Liberia, or you know someone from Liberia, please let them know They have less than 365 days now because your application has to be in by December 26th, 2020. I forgot what year it is. That's right. It has to be in, farmers, by the end of the first year of our decade. Okay? 1 year into our decade,
this
farmers.
Year and the next.
Correct. So, okay, so
and they're just like gradually recovering from the Ebola.
Right.
Breakout.
Right.
So.
But I also thought it was like a war-ravaged countries too. I don't know enough of the history of Liberia, but maybe it was the Ebola too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All I know is that they did establish diplomatic relations with Liberia in 1864, and they were in America's basically they got their independence 17 years later. So I feel like all that has to do with it.
Well, I want you to know something. It's been with Donald Trump, just bad news after bad news after bad news, and the last thing, if you said to me, Brad, Yonathan, before we left, I'll make you a bet that there's going to be an African country in the next 2 weeks that gets amnesty. I would have taken that bet on our last show every time. All right, I would have given you 100 to 1, 1,000 to 1. All right, and I would never have thought it would have happened. So when I came back, it was just like a shot of like good news for a little bit to say, you know what, I'm happy. At least something positive. We're always saying something negative. So at least there was something positive.
But did you say this is kind of an accident? Like he wouldn't have done it?
I don't think. I mean, he announced he did it because he announced he knew he was doing it. But I think he announced he knew he was doing it after he signed it.
Right.
Because he's been saying these, Africa and the whole continent is shithole. All right, and all of a sudden he's giving amnesty to Liberians. Where did that come from?
That is very true.
So meanwhile, did you watch? I watched the Golden Globes last night.
I didn't get to watch it.
You didn't watch it?
It was my fraternity's 109th anniversary, so
Were you the founder 109 years ago?
Was I a founder?
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously not.
Okay, so every year you go celebrate your fraternity's anniversary.
Yeah, I mean HBCU. I'm not HBCU. NPHC. So Black fraternities and sororities, we're in it for life. A lot of that's not happening with like the white.
Right. Yeah. Like my fraternities. All right, I graduated college. Like, see, I gotta go.
But with ours, we actually have lifetime membership.
Right.
So so we celebrate it every year, January 5th, 1911.
That is very, very nice.
Yeah.
Like I know I ran into a fraternity brother a few years ago, and I'm like, you were in my fraternity? I don't remember.
Yeah.
It's completely different, right?
So how was the Golden Globes?
So the best drama went to the World War I movie 1917. The best performance by an actress went to Renee Zellweger for Judy.
Nice.
Joaquin Phoenix won for the Joker.
I
you knew he was going to do that.
Yeah.
Although that movie was very uncomfortable to watch.
It was.
But he was good in it. I didn't enjoy that movie. To me, I didn't find it entertaining.
Agreed.
I found it to be very anxiety riddling. Excuse my language for Joker, but it was riddling to me, the anxiety. Do you like that?
That man, a vocab.
Yes, that's right.
I definitely feel that Heath Ledger was still my favorite Joker.
Really?
Yeah. Heath Ledger was. Wow, you're gonna say Jack Nicholson was yours? Who was your favorite Joker?
Jack Nicholson was my favorite Joker.
He was
right, or I don't know, the dude who played the Joker in the TV show was pretty good too. I don't know who he was, but he was a good Joker too.
Yeah, he was.
In the little green suit running around. The best motion picture in a musical or comedy went to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
So good.
That's Tarantino. I did not see it because people told me it wasn't that good, but now I'm gonna go watch it. Now I'm gonna go watch it.
Isn't that crazy how these award shows will actually change your mind?
That is right.
Yeah. That's why I went to go see La La Land.
Like Fleabag.
I loved La La Land.
Yeah, but I wasn't gonna watch it until they won so many awards.
And you know what's funny about La La Land? I watched it on a plane.
Oh, really?
And I read when you're on an airplane, you're much more emotional watching a movie than when you are on the ground. And I didn't really know this.
So interesting.
I wasn't crying, but I watched La La Land and I was tearing up, and I go, it must be the atmosphere. It must be the atmosphere because I don't cry in movies.
That makes sense.
And I was tearing up. So if you've ever been in a plane and you start getting emotional watching a movie, it's because of the atmosphere.
Yes,
It's true.
That was me.
It's very true.
I watched When They See Us, the Central Park 5.
Right,
story.
and you were tearing.
Tearing.
Right.
I was like, oh, I had to stop it. I was like, oh, this is weird. I don't know what's going on. Like, everybody's looking at me.
It's because of the atmosphere.
It's the atmosphere.
It's the damn atmosphere.
I wasn't a punk.
I just cry in planes.
Meanwhile, South Korean film Parasite won for Best Foreign Language Film. In his speech, there's a lot of good like little moments
Parasite
there.
was amazing.
I didn't see it.
You have to watch it. That was one of Obama's favorite.
What's it
movies
about?
of
I don't
the
even know
year.
what it's about.
I'm not gonna tell you. But,
Okay, but is it like people get
It's
sick?
subtitles.
People are getting sick.
Okay, it is
No.
subtitles.
No.
It is a twist until the end.
Okay.
And it's apparently what the winner said last night. He had a
Don't be
translator.
spoiler.
It's
Yeah,
not a
don't
spoiler.
spoil.
He had a translator up with him, and he just made a beautiful acknowledgement to this is why you should appreciate films with subtitles.
That's
it's
right.
worth it.
We have that video. Let's watch.
여러분들이 훨씬 더 많은 영화를 즐길 수 있습니다.
Once you overcome the 1-inch tall barrier of subtitles, you will be introduced to so many more amazing films.
Yes. So, and by the
very
way,
true.
it is at this moment. Most of the critics are saying that's in the lead or whatever, the most likely to win Best Oscar for Best Movie.
Good.
So maybe that's another movie I need to see. So another movie.
I think you should.
Another movie. Best Actress went to Awkwafina. She was the first Asian to win a Best Actress award. And I saw that. It's funny. I saw that on Apple. To rent for like $3.99. I'm like, I don't know. And I kind of passed over it. But now I'm going to watch it.
You're gonna watch it.
Now I'm going to watch
Good.
it. And I'm sure it's a tearjerker because it's about her grandmother who's dying.
And she does
she goes and takes care of grandma.
Yeah.
That's what I don't know what happens.
I saw a little bit of it. Yeah.
But 'cause I saw the trailer. But I'll be sure to watch it on a plane so I can start bawling by the end of the movie. Yeah. Ellen DeGeneres was presented with the Carol Burnett Award for Excellence in Television. Very well deserved. I like Ellen very, very much, even though she always beats me in the synopsis awards. But hey, she's Ellen.
Yeah.
And Patricia Arquette won for her unsettling Hulu series, The Act. I don't know what that is about. And she got political and was describing the U.S. and war and blah, blah, blah. Tom Hanks was presented with the Cecil B. DeMille Lifetime Achievement Award. And when you watched his montage of all of his movies,
you were like, damn.
That was
I was
so
like,
emotional.
damn, this man has been in a lot of great movies. You don't even realize, right?
Yeah, he's a genius. He's great.
Yeah. So it was enjoyable, and obviously there were a lot of people who were talking about the fires in Australia, which we'll get to in a second. Nicole Kidman was crying about it, and the host Ricky Gervais, his jokes bombed.
Oh no, that's the worst.
Yeah, his joke. He was very I found him to be uncomfortable. Maybe
I hate those. Cringe-worthy
yeah,
moments.
like he's like one of his jokes was, I got driven here in a limousine. And the license plate, I understand, was made by Felicity Huffman, who went to, who went to jail for the USC scandal.
Yeah,
it was just really uncomfortable
He made
jokes.
an Epstein joke.
Yeah,
He made an Epstein joke.
Yeah, he made an Epstein joke. He made a joke about cats.
Oh, which was horrible.
Which was horrible.
I didn't.
X-rated.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Australia called up 3,000 reservists as the fire threatens to escalate. This fire, the worst fires ever in the history of Australia. It is over 113 degrees Fahrenheit, which is in the mid-40s Celsius in Australia. These fires are going to continue for another 2 to 3 weeks. There are more than 130 fires burning in New South Wales, and at least half of these are out of control. There's 48 fires burning in the Victoria state. There's 3,000 reservists have been called up. This is all due to global warming. The Prime Minister of Australia has consistently said, as a conservative, this guy here, there is no credible scientific evidence linking climate change with fires.
What?
Wow, boy, that one bit you in the ass, huh?
What?
So now the director of the fire center at the University of Tasmania, David Bowman, said the rise in higher temperatures, extreme dryness, worsening fire seasons, and extreme bursts of fire, weather, and behavior all aligned with climate change. And this is like, when you brimstone and, you say like the end of the world.
Mm-hmm.
This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like when we destroy our planet. And people say, the whole world's going to be. This is what the world is going to look like if we don't do something about it. And it really goes back, and this is an immigration show, and it goes back to what I've said all along. Okay, the biggest predictor for immigration is going to be climate change.
Yeah.
People are going to be moving because of climate change. 1/3 of Australia is wiped out by fires. You don't think people are going to say, you know what, screw it, why am I going to live here?
Right.
I'm going to pack up and go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Or what about people in Africa or somewhere else who maybe don't even have the money that Australians have? Okay? The amount of refugees that climate change is going to make, simply because if you're living off the land and the land's too hot to farm, you're going to move.
I read somewhere they almost 500 million animals died. 480 million.
Yeah, I have it here. It's 480 million animals.
Yeah.
Birds and reptiles have lost their lives.
480
million.
That's insane.
Animals have lost their lives in these fires. There's fears that entire species of animals and plant life are going to be lost forever. Just in this 1 year alone, the estimates include more than 8,000 cute koalas lost in the flames. 30% of the entire koala population has now perished.
That was the koala that died. The lady
she saved it.
Yeah, she saved it, and a week later he died.
In the Blue Mountains, 50% of heritage reserves have been lost in November and December. The UNESCO World Heritage listed region is home to highly endangered species. 48% of the iconic Gondwana reserves, which includes rainforests that have existed since the time of the dinosaurs, is now gone.
Wow.
The Royal Botanic Gardens in Sydney estimate that in some areas up to 30 rare plant species and 30 rare animal species have already been lost, never to be seen on this earth again. And there's a lot of organizations you can donate to help the firefighters, the evacuees, the animals affected by the Australian bushfire. And we're going to link a post in our comments on Facebook and YouTube now. So if you do want to help, that would be really, really amazing.
Yeah.
And you go back and and I am telling you, okay, beside, you can say, what is the 3 biggest things? Okay, it's not, that's going to affect our lives. It's climate, healthcare, guns.
Yeah.
And I think it's climate number 1. Okay? Climate, healthcare, guns. If we get climate under control, our economy will be good. If we get healthcare under control, our economy will be good.
Absolutely.
And if we get guns under control, we'll be able to walk safely through the streets and not have to go to hospital being shot.
There you go.
Because right now, with Donald Trump pulling out of the Paris Accords, saying there is no scientific evidence that global warming is happening. I remember he even tweeted last year when it was very cold in Washington, D.C. last winter, oh, you see, look, it's not global warming.
You're such an idiot.
Yeah, he's an idiot because overall, the overall Earth is warming.
Right.
Okay? That's called climate.
Yeah.
What he was tweeting about was a weather pattern, okay? And it's weather weirding, global warming. Those are 2 different things. Global warming causes weird weather patterns. So when people say it's cold, what happened to global warming? I say go read the Farmer's Almanac because you're wrong and they're wrong too. Meanwhile, the U.S. airstrike on Iran, we woke up to that. That's also like Looney Tunes, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Donald Trump, he got elected, America first. That was his platform. We're going to get out of wars. But the man is insane.
Yeah.
Okay? I am telling you he's insane. You want to know why? Because the news reports say he was being taunted by Iran. And he said, enough is enough. I'm not going to be taunted by them anymore. And there's been 3 presidents that have the opportunity to kill this general in Iran. He happened to have been in Iraq at the time because the U.S. tracks him all over the time. Okay? George Bush II W, Barack Obama, and now Trump all could have killed him at any time. And they said, why would we kill this man? because all it's going to do is cause a retaliation. Now, Donald Trump says we killed him because he was killing other people. We wanted to be preemptive. All he has done is if you rattle a tiger, you're going to get bit in the ass. Now Iran has to retaliate. They have no choice.
Right.
It's just a matter of where's it going to happen. Is it going to happen on Midtown Manhattan, where I live?
I hope not.
Is it going to happen up in Harlem, where you live?
Hey, don't say that.
I don't know.
No.
Is it going to be, they said, Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach? They're going to bomb that one? Are they going to have a terrorist attack somewhere in the world? Are they going to blow up an airplane?
Oh, Lord.
Something's going to happen.
What to stop them from?
Okay, and then when that happens, what is Trump going to do now? He's going to say, okay, you got one, I got one, now you got one, let's call it even?
Nope.
No.
Absolutely
It's going to
not.
ratchet up more now.
Yeah.
So that is the problem. Okay? That is the problem. And it all started. Nobody says, by the way, Iran's acting good.
Right.
There's not a person in who knows far in politics who says Iran's a good actor.
Right.
They all say they're a terrible actor, causing problems all over the world.
Yeah.
But what we've done now by pulling out of the nuclear accord and by killing their top general is we have escalated the tension instead of decreasing it. More people are going to die now. More people are angry now. America is now more hated.
Yeah.
So that is a big problem, and I'm telling you the truth. I'm scared.
No, I
don't have an answer for it. As we said, Iran threatened 35 targets in the United States, Mar-a-Lago, Tel Aviv, and Israel. They want to pull Israel into a war. They've already bombed Saudi Arabia. Maybe they'll bomb the oil fields of Saudi Arabia. Maybe they'll take down a tanker in the Persian Gulf. I don't know what Iran's going to do, but they're going to do something, and can't protect everybody.
Right.
Something's going to happen. Yeah. And let's not forget that Donald Trump is still getting impeached. Let's not forget that. All right. Nancy Pelosi, by the way, has been withholding the impeachment articles from the Senate. If she doesn't hand over the impeachment document, which is the beginning of like the lawsuit in the Senate, they can't start.
What?
They can't start. Why? Because Trump is withholding testimony from all his key people. So she wants to have a fair trial. And Mitch McConnell, who is the head of the Senate for the Republicans, says, we're not going to have a fair trial. He admitted it on Fox television.
Right.
What we're going to do is we're going to do this entire trial in less than a day. And we've already predetermined that Donald Trump is innocent without hearing any testimony. So Nancy Pelosi says, well, we're not going to walk into this trap. We're not going to deliver over the impeachment articles. And as a result, you can't start a trial until you agree to do what, at least have a fair trial.
At least pretend.
And when she doesn't do that, what happens is that just stays in the news. So it's good politics by Nancy Pelosi.
How long did you do it for?
We don't know. It's never been tested. We'll find out. But what's interesting, what happened today is John Bolton. Had Nancy Pelosi not done this, John Bolton, who's the former national security advisor, who said he's not going to come testify, has now changed his mind. And now we know that John Bolton doesn't like Donald Trump, and we know that John Bolton also was privy to every conversation Donald Trump had about withholding aid from the Ukraine for a political favor by President of Ukraine, Zelensky. If John Bolton is going to come testify under oath, he is going, my opinion, I don't know for sure because I'm not inside that mustache, but if I was inside that mustache, I would say that mustache is going to blab Donald Trump, and it was a very good, she's a smart lady, Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah.
Okay? She said, you know what? I'm just going to keep this in the news and keep it going, and we'll see what happens. And now people are starting to turn. We'll see what happens. Now, Donald Trump, he tweeted on December 31st. It's my opinion as a lawyer. I don't know Donald Trump was a lawyer. Okay, but he's claiming he's a lawyer. Trump, he retweeted Brad Blakeman, who is a political consultant. This was not Donald Trump. he was retweeting somebody else, which was one of his favorite pastimes. It's my opinion as a lawyer that the articles of impeachment are defective on their face, which means I would like to see a motion to dismiss and have this dispersed without the necessity of a trial. I don't think there should be a trial. I think it should be dismissed on 51 votes, which is procedural. You're not going to get 51 votes because the Democrats have 48 votes. They're going to vote in a block. And there's at least 4, 5, 6 moderate Republicans who are not going to let Trump off the hook without at least having a trial. So we'll see what happens there. Meanwhile, in the most ridiculous news of the week, because we haven't had enough ridiculousness,
Lord.
Yonathan.
Okay.
The U.S. government has listed the fictional country of Wakanda as an official trading partner of the United States.
What?
Yeah. The Oscar-winning Marvel Comics film, which was based on a black superhero and featured a predominantly black cast, is now the country that the Black Panther came from is now an official trading partner of the United States of America. Apparently, somebody in the U.S. Department of Agriculture believes that Wakanda is a real country.
Lord.
They listed Wakanda as a free trade partner, even though it's obviously a fictional country. The USDA spokesman told the Washington Post that Wakanda's listing was added as a test file for the staff and was never supposed to be made public, but they made it public, and it's listed as an official trade partner of the United States of America. Oh my God! The mistake was spotted by a New York-based software engineer who was looking up agricultural tariffs for a fellowship he was applying for. Now, the mistake prompted jokes about trading with Wakanda. An Orlando-based reporter asked, "So do we or do we not have free trade with Wakanda? Also, where are things at on negotiations with Agrabah?"
Oh, God, right. From Aladdin. Right.
Now, this isn't the first time a fictional country has slipped into the real world. In 2017, Poland's foreign minister told reporters he had met with a number of representatives from Belize and San Escobar.
Oh, man.
Now, Belize does exist, but obviously San Escobar is a made-up country. And there have also been countries that have been erased that do exist. But that's getting into politics.
Yeah.
But I thought that was very funny. All right. Let's see. Now, you take the subway every day.
I do.
You take the subway?
Ish.
Pizza?
Yeah.
Okay.
I walk
so
home.
now we have a picture of the subway seats. We have a picture of the subway seats? Maybe we do. Now there's a debate.
Oh, I
Did
wonder
you
if
see
this
this
is gonna
debate?
be the same question. Did they number or letter the seats
Yes.
to see
Yeah.
which
No,
one's the best?
okay. Well, these are not the seats that I wanted to see. We have a numbered seats, but we don't seem to have that picture.
No.
Okay. But there's a debate. Well, when we have that,
There it
there
is.
we are. All right. So there's a debate over which is the best subway seat in the New York City subway system. The great subway seat debate has sparked thousands of replies.
I know mine.
It was started by Gabriel Batista, who said he was on his way to work in Manhattan on New Year's Eve, getting on the subway at 205th Street in the Bronx, when he faced a rare New York moment, an empty subway car. So he says, this was the first time I got to choose which seat I wanted to sit in. So he sent out a tweet on Twitter, all my New Yorkers, which is the best seat?
That's so funny.
And the debate centers around seats found on a number of the old subway. My favorite?
What's yours?
Number 5.
Yes.
Would you agree with that?
Yes. Number 5 and number 1.
Number 5. Why 1? Because you have the bar. You
I
have
have
the handle.
bar. I have, I'm close to the door.
The-
I don't have to deal with, trying to get
Right.
out.
The
if it's
worst
crowded.
one is number 4.
Yeah, I
Because
hate
you
number
have
4.
no feet room and you're kind of stuck between
I'm
two people.
too tall for a number 4.
I never sit.
Yeah,
I only stand.
Yeah, number
What?
4 is the
I only
worst.
stand.
You only stand.
Yeah.
All right. So everybody out there, no matter where you are in the world, United States, Jamaica, Philippines, Guyana, Trinidad, Central America, South America, Wakanda, wherever you may be in this world, let everybody know that we're going to be answering immigration questions. Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias and Sydnee Pizza Bursik. Why don't you tell everybody what they need to be doing while I get ready to stretch my quads?
Whoa.
Or stretch my squad.
Your squad.
My squad or my quad?
Your squad.
Yes.
All right, everybody. Now it is time for you guys to start your watch parties. All right, you already know how to do this. All you have to do is click share. You're going to see this little graphic right here that's going to show you exactly what you have to do. Click share. A couple options down will say start or host a watch party. It will let you know how many friends you have online, and then click start. It's that easy. What happens when you do that is you take this video from the main page and you put it onto your page. So now you are the host. You're inviting everybody in there. You're welcoming them. You're going to call them out one by one, just like Brad does to you guys. I want to see you guys start your watch parties. This is huge. This is your way of being a host. You're our co-host. So this is your way of doing it, all right? So now, start your watch party. Again, let's show the graphic. What you got to do is click start or share. And then a couple options down says start a watch party. Then click start, all right? This will send a ding notification to all of your friends, and this is the best way to get this show out to everybody. So what are we gonna do on YouTube?
On YouTube, first things first, make sure you click that thumbs up icon right underneath the video, turn it blue, and you're sharing, spreading the Brad Show Live love. Then, of course, if you're not subscribed yet to our channel, do that now. And also, tell your friends to do it. You can share this link right now. You can copy and paste it, share it to everyone directly, or you can click share and spread it to all of your social media platforms, including WhatsApp, which is a big hit here. Also, make sure that you utilize the new community tab and share this video right now to your community page. And again, it'll be just another way to share the love.
Yeah, and of course on Instagram, you guys have to go to Instagram. We're not on live right now, I don't think, but make sure you guys go like the Instagram page, because when we do show the show, we do go on live, and that's another way of DMing this show to any of your friends and family. So go on the Instagram page right now, make sure you follow that, and also DM the page to any of your friends or family that you think might benefit from the show as well. All right, now this is what you guys have been waiting for. This is where you guys all call in and get your answers to your immigration questions.
All right. 1 minute, please. Un momento, por favor. All my people in Wakanda, 1 second. We're going to get all your questions.
Forever.
And people in the Netherlands, I have Fabian waiting on hold for 1 hour and 10 minutes from the Netherlands. Fabian, how are you?
Yes. I'm good. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
All right. So I have an I-751 pending since 2018. Mm-hmm. However, this past summer, my ex-spouse told me she wanted a divorce. So that was kind of a shock to me, heartbreaking. I thought it was best for me to spend some time with family back in Europe.
Okay.
So right now, I've been here. A lot happened over here, too. I've been here for 7 months now. And I really am ready and really like to continue my life back in the States.
All right, you got you got 2 problems. Okay, you filed an I-751 and your wife wants a divorce. Yeah. So if your wife is not going to show up to an interview with you and you're not fully divorced, you're going to get denied. So you need to be divorced. And your bigger problem is you've been out of the country for 7 months on a conditional resident card. They're going to say you abandoned your residence. So you need to come back with what most likely would be an SB1 visa because you've been out of the country for 7 months. Now you have an excuse. You're heartbroken. You didn't know what to do. Stressed out, anxiety. I feel for you. Right. Okay? Everybody, not everybody. Some people go through life without any heartbreak, but most people it happens to one time or another. Yeah. So, I feel for you. Okay? But you need to come back, or you're going to you already abandoned it. You really need to go to the embassy, but I would suggest also having a consultation with us before you go to the embassy to come back to the United States. So hold on 1 second. All right? And then you got to, did you get divorced?
So I had the RFP as well, and I replied and sent a package, and I let them know on the cover.
But you got a big problem. You've been out of the country for so long, they're going to say you abandoned your residence. That's your biggest problem right now, and you have to convert your case to a divorce case. So,
So
really,
even though,
what?
even though my I-751 is still pending and no decision has been made yet?
Yes, because when you have a green card, you have to say that you're permanently living in the United States of America. So when you stay out of the United States for more than 6 months at a time, you've basically said to the government, maybe I'm abandoning my permanent residence in America. And really, when you have a conditional green card, if you're out of the country for more than 4 months, they can claim abandonment. The law, it's even less for a conditional green card than it is for a permanent green card. So when you come back into the airport, you could have a big, big problem. So A, you need, excuse my language, A, you need to get your ass back to America. And two, you should have a consultation with us to discuss whether you should be going into the embassy to get an SB1, taking your chances at the airport. But you got to go buy a plane ticket now.
So how can I get back to the U.S.?
You buy a plane ticket. Buy a plane ticket, but the issue is when you come into the airport, they're going to question you about what your intention was. Did you want to abandon your residence or not? So you're going to have to know how to answer that. I know, but you have to know how to answer that. And we want you to answer honestly, but we also want you to answer in a way that gives you the best opportunity not to have a problem. And you need to you need to document that. It just can't be your answers. So, hold on. I think you got now. I understand. I get it. Okay, you are heartbroken. I understand all of that. But you still got to comply with the law. So hold on one second, okay? Hold on. You need a consultation.
Correct.
All right, let's go to Snagagay. Okay, this cannot be your name. What is your name?
Shanagay.
Shanagay. Okay, I thought they said Snanagay. Shanagay. That sounds better. What's going on, Shanagay?
I have a question. I'm a citizen. I'm from Jamaica, and I filed for my son in 2000. He's been here since 2017, and he'll be 18 in August. I was wondering what's the best way to get his citizenship.
Does he live with you right now?
Yes.
He has a green card?
Yes.
Okay, so he's an automatic citizen. If he has a green card and he's living with his U.S. citizen mother in your full custody under your roof, and he's under 18, he's a U.S. citizen. So what you do is you file an N-600 for him for a certificate of citizenship.
I did that, and I did it through a lawyer. I'm not sure if he did it right. And I sent it in, and he told me not to put no money in there. I sent it 3 times, and he sent it back.
No, there's a filing fee you got to pay.
Okay. Because he was telling me what I could do is go to the post office with my citizenship and then get him a United States passport through that way.
You can, but that's not definitive proof that he's a citizen. Having the U.S. passport is not the gold standard for citizenship.
Okay.
The gold standard for citizenship is that certificate of citizenship. Once the Department of Homeland Security issues you that certificate of citizenship, there's no question you're a citizen. I've seen the Department of State issue a passport and then take it back when the Department of Homeland Security says you're not a citizen.
Right.
All right, so hold on one second. We could have a consultation. Let's go to Dion in Baltimore, Maryland. Dion.
Hey, good evening, Brad.
How are you?
First time caller on the show.
Okay, thanks.
But I'm a regular listener.
First time, long time, as they say on radio.
I must say thumbs up to you guys.
I'm sorry?
I must say thumbs up to you guys. Happy New Year to you all.
Thank you. Happy New Year. What can I do to help you?
My question is, I'm married to a U.S. citizen. I'm in the process of adjustment of status, where I sent in all the documents, all the I-485, all the medical, whatever, all of that, right? And then I did that in October, and then in November I did biometric, and then in the second week of December I received a letter in the mail saying I'm to do DS-260. Is that okay?
You filed an I-130.
Yeah, the I-130 was filed from my husband was a permanent resident.
Where is he now?
From 2018.
Where you're in America?
Yeah.
Okay. When is your husband going to become a citizen?
He becomes a citizen this year of June this year.
All right. So wait on his citizenship. Don't do the DS-230 because then you're going to have to go home and come back And if you don't go home and come back with a provisional waiver, you're going to get stuck.
No, but he did the he get the citizenship in June this year.
So then you
June of last year.
So then and you filed your adjustment already, right?
Right, in October,
Okay,
and
so
then
then-
I did the biometric
Fine, so
in November.
Okay, and you got a DS-230 from the National Visa Center. They don't know that you filed the adjustment. Just write them, say, I filed an adjustment. Here's proof.
So I'm not to respond to that?
I just told you, write them a letter saying, I filed an adjustment. I'm adjusting my status. Here's the proof. And then that'll be it.
Oh, wow.
Okay, because other than that, you got,
I did
you got
one
two things
question.
going.
One next question.
What?
I did because I was following the instruction on the letter because I didn't know.
You have an adjustment going in one way, and then you have you're processing to get a visa in another country. You want to just stop everything in its tracks. Just write them a letter right now, okay, with your case number on it from the National Visa Center, and say, here's a receipt from my I-485, copy. Don't send the original. Here's a receipt from my biometrics, copy, not original. I'm filing my adjustment, transfer my file to immigration. End of story. Okay? Don't freak out.
Yeah, 1 minute, 1 second. If I did already click on it and start the process with...
I just told you, wherever process you're in at this moment, stop it and they'll transfer the file. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
All right?
Okay, thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Hold on. Let's go to Andrea in the Bronx. Andrea.
Hi.
Hi,
Brad.
How you doing?
Fine, thanks. I have a problem here. We went to the interview. I'm an American citizen. My husband is Jamaican. So we went to the interview on Friday. Everything was okay. She was going to approve it. But one thing, the divorce, we didn't tell him that he was divorced. So we had the divorce paper. But in Jamaica, they must have stamped it 2019, September. So she's telling us that we're not legally married.
That's correct. Because your husband's a bigamist. He married you before he was fully divorced. So now that he's fully divorced, you should go back and marry him now. Just go down to City Hall and get married again.
Yes, we did the paperwork.
And then withdraw this adjustment and file a new one.
So start the same papers over again?
You got to start from scratch because that was when you filed your papers, you were not legally married to him. So immigration is correct.
No.
So now withdraw the old adjustment. You can't have two adjustments going. Withdraw it, file a new adjustment before they put you in deportation for not being eligible for a green card.
Oh, so because they said I have until 120 days.
No, withdraw it and file again because your case was not legal from the day it was filed.
So how do I withdraw that?
You write a letter saying, please withdraw it. And what I would suggest is get a good lawyer this time because you're screwing up your life here. Hold on. Let's go to Sandra in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Sandra.
Hello?
Hi, Sandra.
How are you doing, Brad?
How you doing?
I'm good. You're doing an awesome job. Keep it up.
Thank you.
I have two questions I want to ask.
Go ahead.
My dad, he has been a permanent resident here for 17 years. However, he doesn't know how to read or write, but I'm thinking about applying for his citizenship.
How old is he?
He is 71 years old
Okay,
this
so
year.
he doesn't have to read and write. He just has to answer the questions orally.
Oh,
so he gets he'll get a easier test. So he doesn't have to read or write, but they still have to answer the questions. What's the color of the flag? Who's
well, he knows all of that.
Yeah, so they're just going to give him an oral test, not a written test.
So we just apply regularly for the citizenship?
Yep.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. I have one more question. I have my niece. She is in Jamaica. She has a Jamaican visa. She was here from July last year to December. That's 5 months. She is only 22 months. She went down December 31st. Is the ending of this January month too early for her to come back?
She's 22 months old?
Yeah.
Who's raising her here?
I am.
Why are you raising your niece as a 22-month-old?
Because her mom can't. Her mom has more than one child.
All right. So what you need to do is have a conversation with me either about an orphan petition, an adoption, or something else. But you're not going to take this baby back and forth. That's crazy. So hold on 1 second, all right?
Okay, thank you.
Let's go to Cindy in Sagamore or Saginaw, Michigan.
Saginaw. Hi, Brad.
Hi, Cindy. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for all you are doing for us.
My pleasure. What can I do to help?
I have 2 questions. I went for my N400 biometrics about 2 weeks ago. So when I was going through some of the questions on YouTube, I was like wondering, I find my taxes as single. But I don't know if that is going to affect me in the interview.
Are you married?
Yeah.
How long you been married?
So long, about since 1997. 97, yeah.
You had a green card for more than 5 years?
I have a green card for more than 5 years now.
Yeah.
So I'm filing as. Yeah.
Well, you should file your taxes legally. I would just amend them to fix them to what's the reality, and the reality is maybe you're married filing separately, but you're not single. Maybe you had a household. I don't know. Whatever the legal definition of you are for your taxes, there's no law that says you have to file a joint tax return because you're not basing your citizenship based on a bona fide marriage where you and your spouse live together. But I would talk to your tax professional about amending it so at least you're being truthful about what your marital status is.
Oh, so I can amend it.
Yep.
All the 4 years. I can go and re-amend. Okay.
Go amend it. Okay.
Oh, okay. So my other question is,
what?
I had when somebody asked the same question because my 2 sons who are 23 and 21, they don't have the certificate of citizenship, but they have the passport. So what do I do if I want them to have the certificate of citizenship?
N600.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Let's go to Leah in Oahu, Hawaii. Leah.
Hi, good afternoon.
Leah.
I have a question in behalf of my family here in Hawaii. So they became a green card holder in the United States in 2007.
Right.
My sister and my parents, and then they applied for citizenship in 2012. But somebody reported in the immigration that my sister is adopted, which is yes, she is an adopted. So during the interview of their citizenship, they admitted that my sister is adopted. So
but
the
your
interviewer
sister got her green card as a biological child, and she was not. Is that what you're saying?
Yes,
Okay,
exactly.
so-
And then
so-
my parents,
all
yeah.
right, so this is what I would suggest, because there was fraud in getting your sister a green card, and it's been snuffed out by somebody. I'm not.
Okay.
I don't think it's in you or your sister's best interest when there's a fraud involved with immigration to be discussing it on the World Wide Web.
Okay.
All right. So I would
Yeah.
suggest instead you hold on and have a consultation. So hold on 1 second. All right. All right. You know, today is the first show of our new decade.
Yeah.
In 2020, which means that 6 days ago was New Year's, and everyone has a lot of New Year's resolutions. And our very own crew here at Bradshaw Live went around to the Spar Bernstein employees to see what their New Year's resolutions are. We're going to see that, and we're going to come back in 2 minutes to answer more immigration questions. Let's watch.
My name is Jill Gould, a.k.a. Jilly Bean. I'm the executive producer of Bradshaw Live, and my New Year's resolution is to entertain and educate our fans with our amazing show in the new year.
My name is Alan the Beast, and I have no resolution. However, I'm going to party until it's 1999.
Hi everyone, my name is Amika Singh, and my 2020 resolution is to lose some weight for my wedding.
My name is David Levy. I am an attorney here in the personal injury department. And my New Year's resolution is to make a lot more money for my clients.
Estelle Diana. I'm a paralegal with tax department, and my New Year's resolution is get healthier. Diet, eat more vegetables.
My name is Nicolette Foster. I'm an immigration paralegal here. Focus more on my overall health.
My name is Julian Aldana. I'm an immigration paralegal here at Spar Bernstein, and my New Year's resolution is to help our clients as much as possible.
My name is Christina Cruz. I'm a legal assistant, and my New Year's resolution is to take better care of myself.
We started building Brad Show Live September of 2017, and then we aired October of 2017. And we're really thrilled at how it's grown, how much we've been told that we help people and educate people and make people laugh. Brad's amazing, and of course has been helping so many people navigating the immigration system here in the US. It's been incredible. Our first year we were nominated in the Synopsis D Digital Awards, and then we were honored in the Webbies, and then boom, this year we actually won Best Web Series in the Synopsis Digital Awards. We're an incredible small but mighty team, and we're just thrilled that you guys are on the ride with us. So Happy New Year to the Brad Squad. Here we go, 2020. Woohoo!
All right, Prince in Brooklyn. Prince.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello. Good evening.
How are you?
Good. Yeah. Sorry, I want this Prince calling from Brooklyn. Sorry, I wanted to ask if somebody works within a year, works from January to August, and from September, this person is out of status. If somebody wanted to file a tax, so will he file a tax for that 8 months that he has worked, or he will file tax for everything?
You file taxes based on the income you earned in any particular year, whether you're in status or out of status. So if you worked 8 months out of 12 months, whatever money you earned, that's what you file a tax return on.
Sorry, but I work for 12 months, but 5 out of that 12 months, I'm out of status for 5 months.
Okay, whether you're in status or out of status, let me give you a different answer or a better answer so you understand.
Okay.
Whether you are in legal status, whether you are not in legal status, whether you're legal to work, whether you're not legal to work, if you work, you got to pay taxes, period. Has nothing to do with your immigration status. Whatever money you earned legally, in legal status, and whatever money you earned not in legal status, you combine all that money and you file a tax return.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's go to Fitzroy in Gulfport, Mississippi. Fitzroy.
Hello.
Fitzroy, how are you?
I'm good, Brad. How are you?
What's going on?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Me and my wife want to talk to you, sir.
Okay.
We're from Jamaica, and I'm a citizen of the States.
Okay.
And we got married in July, and I put his paperwork in. October 15th, we put the paperwork in. They sent back in a reply of request evidence, additional evidence, and we want to ask.
We want to ask.
I'm
waiting for the question.
I know. I'm sorry. It's about the affidavits of support.
What is the question?
It said you must provide the following information.
Don't read. Okay, all right. You have no idea what you're doing. I can tell you this right now. Okay, because you already.
Well, we have a lawyer.
Your lawyer doesn't know what the lawyer doesn't know what he's doing. Then you don't read. You didn't file the affidavit of support properly. All right, you don't need to read me the letter. I can tell you it. If you have a specific question, but don't read me, because you're going to read me a letter they give you a 3-page letter.
Okay, we're planning to do the taxes together, and he don't have a social. Do I have to?
You attach a W-7. Any tax preparer should know how to do this. You attach a W-7 form to your 1040 return, and you file a joint tax return. Now, his work permit and social is at a standstill. Hasn't even left the starting gate yet because
he don't have a social.
I know that because you screwed up your paperwork. Because if it was done right, he'd be on his way to getting a work permit. Hold on. Torturing me with that question.
Yeah, that was tough.
All right, that's torture.
They're about to
that was
redo
New
the
Year's
entire
Eve,
letter,
New
yeah.
Year's torture. Let's go to Kamisha. They need a consultation. Kamisha.
Hi, how are you doing today, Brad?
What's going on?
I'm wonderful. I have two questions for you. I filed my I-485 back in October. That's the fingerprint 2 weeks after.
Right.
Now I got a letter December 20 that I have interview in January. Is that normal?
In this time and age, it happens. It happens a lot that you get an interview before you get your work permit. The good news is you're getting an interview faster, you'll get your green card faster, which is better than having a work permit faster.
Okay.
All right.
My other question is, I have a friend who had petty theft at the Walmart. However, he did not do a fingerprint. He only had a fine. Would that something that would show up on a criminal record for him?
Absolutely will.
Even if he did not do a fingerprint?
If you get arrested,
No, he did not get arrested.
So then I don't know what you mean by he paid a fine, because
Then he
seems
went to court.
Then he was
He went to court.
If he went to court, just because he didn't get thrown in jail doesn't mean it's not an arrest.
Okay.
Hold on. Yes, it's a criminal offense. Hold on. People always think if you're not in jail, you're not arrested. All right, let's go to Jermaine in Brooklyn.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing good, Brad. Happy New Year.
Good afternoon, and good evening, and Happy New Year. What's going on?
Yeah. Question. I want to ask you. I have an interview next week, so I just want to ask you this question: if I ask, even though I do not get my work permit as yet, but my interview is scheduled. If I ask if I was working,
who sponsored
what should I say? Yes or no?
Well, first of all, you always tell the truth. But I have a question for you. You're getting sponsored by a U.S. citizen?
Yeah, I'm married to a U.S. citizen.
The answer is, if you worked out of status, married to a U.S. citizen, it is not a bar to getting a green card. Unless you worked within the first 90 days of your entry, then you would need a waiver. So as long as you didn't work within the first 90 days of your entry into America, the fact that you worked out of status does not prevent you from getting a green card.
No, I start working after.
Okay, so then you're fine. So then the answer is A, you tell the truth, and B, when you do tell the truth in this particular instance, it won't hurt you.
Okay.
All right.
And the next question is, I have a next question for a friend.
Sure.
His wife needed to file her taxes sometime this month end.
Yes.
And she wanted to know if she should file married or single.
Married.
What's the best way to do it?
Married, if you
That
sponsor
she
your
just
spouse.
married?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
And he wouldn't have to get his social
No,
for that?
no, we talked about that. You file a W-7, you attach it to your 1040 return. That was on the lady from Mississippi who tortured me. All right.
Okay,
hold
and
on.
the
Hold
third
on, hold
question
on.
is-
No, you got two.
1 minute.
Two. That's it. Let's
Just
go.
one, Brad.
All right, quickly.
Okay. Tell me something. This 30-60 rule. Tell me about that.
The 30-60 rule?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about any 30-60 rule.
Oh, you don't have a 30-60 like you have the 90 days rule. You have to be here for 90 days before you can marry. You don't have
If you get married before 90 days, there's a presumption that you got that you entered the United States to get married and not to visit or be a student or whatever your purpose of coming, and they're going to say it is a fraud, a misrepresentation. If you get married, let me finish my sentence. Let me finish my sentence. You asked me for a question. So I'm giving you my answer. Okay? So if you get married within the first 90 days, the presumption is you committed a fraud. You lied to the government. Now, if you get married within the first 30 days, that's absolute fraud. If you get married between 30 and 90, there is a rebuttable presumption that it's fraud. Rebuttable means that you can talk your way out of it if you can convince somebody that you really didn't come here to get married and change your mind after. Obviously, the closer to the 90 days, the easier it would be.
That's right.
Okay?
That's it. Thank you very much, Brad.
Okay. Let's go to Rexel in Trenton, New Jersey. Rexel. Hello?
Hello?
Hi. Rexel, it's your turn.
Is my turn?
It is.
Hi, Mr. Brad. How are you? Hello, Mr. Brad.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, Mr. Brad.
Hello.
You're great. I like your show.
Thank you. Rexel, hello.
Yes, Mr. Brad.
Rexel, hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yes. You see me? Hello.
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Rexel, ask your goddamn question already, man. Come on.
Hello.
Oh, come on, Rexel. Come on. Emmanuel in New York.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. I have a question.
Yeah.
The question is, I received a denial notice on the 21st, right? Pertaining for not submitting, failed to submitting the I-864, right? And
that's the affidavit of support.
Yeah, the affidavit of support.
Right.
And the next thing about it is my wife didn't get to file the 2018 tax return. How can I go about that?
File it now late, and then file a new adjustment with the proper forms.
So may I ask something? What if they you don't respond to the 33 days?
Then you can be denied, and you got to file again.
Okay, no problem. But I have to file with the 2018 taxes, right?
I don't know what I don't know what you're doing. Okay, all I know is this is what you tell me. I file something. I got a letter back that my wife hasn't filed a tax return for. I haven't filed an affidavit of support, and my wife hasn't filed a tax return in 2018. It's all the information I know.
No, all right, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm actually saying that they denied the I-4.
And what I am saying to you is, if your case is denied, you effed up, and you have to file again. And if you're going to file a second time and do the same stupid crap, you'll F up a second time and a third time. So yes, your wife has to file tax returns if she worked. If she didn't work, you don't file a tax return. And yes, you will need a second affidavit of support from somebody, because apparently your wife doesn't make a good enough living. She's not even filing a tax return.
Okay, no problem.
It is a problem for you. You need help. It's not a no problem. It is a problem. Hold on. Questions today. Wow.
That one, man.
Wow. Akosnia in Orange Beach.
How are you?
How are you?
I'm all right.
What's going on?
Okay, so earlier last year, me and my husband got married, and we filed all the correct paperwork and everything. He went and did his fingerprints, and we get a letter back early December, and they basically say that they need proof that I did not have to file my 2018 taxes. I was claimed as a dependent. Now, the person who claimed me, she's refusing to give any statements, basically saying that she claimed me and, I did not have to file. And on the other hand,
so so you didn't work in 2018. So
I did.
You did work in 2018. How much money did you earn in 2018?
Under the limit to file, if that makes sense.
Okay, so you're going to write a letter saying my earnings for all of 2018 was X amount of dollars. I was told I was not required to file a tax return. End of story. All right, you show your W-2. You get a W-2 for that year or a 1099 or something?
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, okay. Let's go to, Rexel. Do you think Rexel is serious guy, or Rexel's or he's going to give us a lordy again? What do you think?
I think he's going to be serious.
Rexel.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello.
Okay.
Hi, Mr. Brad. How are you? Hello.
Rexel, come on. I just.
Is that just like a looped recording of hello?
Hello. No, because our call center. Our call center spoke to him and said, "Ask your question," and he said, "Yes, I will ask it." And he got back on like a hello. Come on.
Maybe he's watching the computer and not. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Spar Bernstein partner and personal injury attorney Moshe, the Bulldozer Borukh, he joined me to discuss what to do if you're involved in a car accident. Let's watch. According to statistics, car accidents cause over 40,000 fatalities and on average 2 million serious or permanent injuries every year in the United States. Unfortunately, it has been reported that these numbers continue to rise despite improvements in automobile safety features. Perhaps the reason is the number of drivers on the road. In 2019, there were more than 227 million licensed drivers in the United States, according to carinsurance.net. Serious vehicular accidents are terrifying and catastrophic to be involved in on many different levels, physically, emotionally, financially. Having a good attorney to pursue compensation for you after a car accident is important because the process can be incredibly difficult even when all involved parties are insured. With me today to explain what to do if you or a loved one is involved in a serious automobile accident is Spar Bernstein's partner, personal injury attorney, Moshe the Bulldozer Borukh. How are you? How you doing today?
Hey, Brad, it is good to be back.
So, Moshe, you do this all the time. What's the first thing somebody should be doing if they get into a car accident?
When you're involved in a car accident, the first obvious common sense thing to do is to call the police. The first thing you want is to document exactly what happened, how it happened, and why it happened. Take out your phone if you can, take videos, take pictures, as much information as possible.
Should you be calling an ambulance too?
Of course. If you're injured and you can, and you're obviously your hands are working, your Bluetooth is working, you want to call the ambulance.
The longer you take to get treated, the more likely it is that an insurance company can argue that your injuries did not result from a car accident, happened somewhere else.
Brad, that is an excellent point. Now, a lot of people, when they get into a car accident, they don't realize that your whole body has adrenaline rushing everywhere, even to the injured body parts, which you won't even know until probably a couple of hours or even maybe a day later. So instead of telling, or asking yourself, should I do it now or later when the pain comes and goes, do it immediately at the scene of the accident, have yourself examined, have a doctor evaluate you, and document that immediately after the accident, you wanted medical attention. Now, a more important point is having an EMS take you from the scene to the emergency room. Why? Because that'll show that you are seriously injured. Because as you know, Brad, one of the things you have to prove in any motor vehicle accident is that you suffered a serious injury. So if you show that an EMS ambulance took you from the scene of the accident to the emergency room, as opposed to taking your car, taking it home, having something to eat, and then presenting to the emergency room, the first instance is better because you've just showed the insurance company that you had to be taken from the scene to the emergency room.
Now, a lot of people are saying, whoa. Okay, yeah, I'm hurt. Yeah, I'm in pain.
Okay.
I don't want to pay these medical bills. I'm not paying this ambulance. I'm going to drive myself. I don't have medical insurance. I don't have Obamacare. What do? I don't want to pay for this stuff.
All right. So it's a good question. So luckily in the New York State, it's a no-fault state, which means regardless of whose fault the accident was, your bills, your medical bills, time out of work, will be paid for exclusively by the no-fault insurance company, again, regardless of whose fault the accident was.
Now, I'm going to ask you another question, because someone says, whoa, I'm hurt, but the last thing I need is to have my car insurance rates go up. As soon as I go to the hospital, my car insurance rates going up?
So in an ideal world, it should not go up, because that's what no-fault means. In exchange for the no-fault laws, what you do have as an outset is the serious injury threshold, which means, yes, the insurance companies will pay for your medical bills, they will pay for your out-of-pocket expenses, your lost wages, but in return, to be able to be compensated for pain and suffering, you must show the insurance company you've suffered a serious injury.
What do you mean by serious injury?
All right, so pursuant to New York Insurance Law 5102, you have to suffer a serious injury. The law defines that into several categories. One example is a broken bone, a fracture. Even a fractured tooth does constitute a serious injury.
So if you don't have a fracture or a broken bone, you can't have an automobile case? Serious
Absolutely
injury?
not. So there's about 9 categories, all right? There's a significant limitation of a body part, which is usually what people who don't have, when you don't have fractures, fall under the significant
like I
limitation.
can't move my arm as much as I used to or something like that.
Correct. So if a doctor medically determines that, for example, your shoulder doesn't go up in range of motion as much, he can deem you physically disabled and subsequently have a significant limitation of that body part. That will suffice.
Now, what is the difference? We practice personal injury exclusively in New York and New Jersey. Immigration is obviously all 50 states and around the world. But in New York and New Jersey, where we practice personal injury, is there a difference between getting in an automobile accident in New York versus an automobile accident in New Jersey?
So in New Jersey, the policy limits, which means the bodily injury limits, are $15,000. That means anybody who's driving in New Jersey, if they have a registered vehicle in New Jersey, you must have at least $15,000 of bodily injury coverage, as opposed to in New York, there's $25,000 of bodily injury coverage. Now, I want the viewers to understand there's a difference between bodily injury coverage and no-fault insurance medical coverage, all right? The PIP coverage, personal injury protection in New York, is $50,000, which means as long as your medical expenses and your out-of-pocket expenses, your lost wages don't accrue up above $50,000, the insurance company will pay up to that amount, unless you procure and purchase an expensive, more expensive coverage, which 90% of Americans, and New Yorkers specifically, don't do.
So what happens after you reach that $50,000 limit?
So what happens then is your no-fault benefits are what we call exhausted. Once that is exhausted, your attorney should advise you whether you should continue to treat, if you need the treatment based on your doctor's prescription. And if you exhaust your policy, either your personal insurance kicks in, and if you don't have personal insurance, your attorneys will instruct you on what you should do after that.
So now let me ask you a question. We just told everybody what they should do if they get into an automobile accident. What should you not be doing?
So I see this a lot. A lot of people are speaking to the adverse vehicles insurance company. So you get into a car accident, somebody rear ends you, and what happens is that insurance company, the person who struck you, get in contact with you and say, look, we're willing to pay you $5,000 if you sign this piece of paper right now and hold us harmless and release us from any liability.
That happens.
It happens more often than you think, Brad. And people who don't know how the law operates don't realize how serious their injury may be enticed by the $5,000.
But why would somebody say, oh, wait a second, I'm not hurt, at least at the moment.
Because
I'm not hurt at the moment. Why should I go to an attorney? I'm going to get some free $5,000 right now. What's an attorney going to do? They're just going to take some legal fees from me, and I'm going to end up with the same less than $5,000.
Well, here's the good news. Our law firm, the law offices of Spar Bernstein, does not take a single penny until we settle the matter. So we can spend thousands of dollars on your case, but until we settle your matter, we don't take a fee. So although you might get $5,000 initially from that insurance company, you could have gotten $150,000 from our office at the conclusion of your settlement. So while the $5,000 might sound very convincing in the beginning, it's not worth it in the long run because our office can more likely than not get you much more than that.
Tell me, Moshe, why you need a strong attorney to be representing you in situations like this and what you're going to do different than the guy who meets you at the hospital and says, here, take my card.
You only have one bite at the apple. Brad, you say this all the time. Do not take any risks when it comes to your personal injury case. This is your well-being we're talking about. If you are injured, you need an attorney who understands how insurance companies operate, what they're willing to pay, and how far they're willing to go. Brad, as you know, we're a trial firm. If the insurance company doesn't want to pay what we think is fair and reasonable compensation, guess what, Brad? We're going to trial. We have zero hesitation to do that. So you must ask yourselves, do you want this to prolong for 6 years with an inexperienced attorney who has no idea what he's doing? Or do you want fair and reasonable compensation at the fastest pace possible?
Give me one of your success stories.
So thinking off the top of my head, we had a client who was rear-ended in a motor vehicle accident on the, I believe it was a Throgs Neck Bridge. Both vehicles didn't have a single scratch on them. And I mean that literally, Brad. One of the defenses in the case from the defendants was that there couldn't possibly have been any damage to our client's back because the bumpers, the front and the rear of both cars were perfectly intact. Now, one of the arguments I made at trial, and this went to trial because they didn't want to pay anything, when a motor vehicle is built, it's built to withstand the impacts that were presented in this accident. But when the human body is made, obviously, the human body is not built to withstand those type of impacts.
God didn't make a human body to be full of steel.
And so we proved, obviously with medical documentation and evidence and testimony, that our client was severely damaged as a result of this motor vehicle accident. It started with muscle spasm. He went to get an MRI. It showed herniations and bulges to his back, and we convinced the jury to give us 6 figures in this trial.
Over $100,000.
Exactly.
From zero. That shows the type of law firm that we are. We have results in millions and millions of dollars. Millions of dollars because we were able to present to a jury or an insurance company serious life-threatening injuries. But I would say this, and we don't want anyone to get into an accident. Please buckle up. We want you to be safe. But we also know that over 40,000 fatalities happen every year, and there's millions and millions of accidents every year in the United States, New York State being one of the most accident-prone states in the United States of America. And as Moshe, the Bulldozer Borukh, said, when you get into an accident, you have one opportunity to get the largest pie you can. You don't get second opportunities. Please make sure you're compensated with a big pie. And how do you do that? Pick your attorneys wisely. And if you think Spar Bernstein, Moshe the Bulldozer Borukh, is the attorney for you, then the best thing you should do, and I always say this, you just put our number in your telephone, save it, 1-800-529-5465. You never know when you'll need it. Hope you never have to call it. But if you do, we're here 24 hours a day, literally, to help you. Right, Moshe?
That's right.
Moshe, fantastic job. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. All right, so I got the machine in front of me. We had a contest all weekend long and ended 15 minutes into our show. If you liked our Instagram page at Brad Show Live and you tagged 5 of your friends in a comment, you would be put into our machine. Our machine, it is a machine.
It is a machine.
It's not a very good machine, but it's a machine. To be pulled out of the machine, one lucky person who will get a free $200 consultation from me. Now, these people all did this. We have about 20 or 30 people in here, I guess. And in addition to that, I do have to remind everybody that you could also follow me at Real Brad Bernstein, although the contest was at Brad Show Live. But you can also follow me at Real Brad Bernstein. When you follow me on Instagram at Real Brad Bernstein, you're talking to me. You can always drop me a DM. I'll try to help you if I can. If not, I'll tell you to make a consultation. At Brad Show Live, you're talking to Pizza. She's not going to answer your questions, but she can certainly get your questions asked on our show. And with that, I don't have my hat today.
Where is it?
Wait a second. Where's my hat? Oh, it's buried. Forget it. All right, I don't have my hat today. Who's gonna pull out of the machine?
I'll pull it out.
You're gonna pull out? All right. Who is gonna be the winner?
Oh.
Who's gonna be the winner? The winner of the free consultation is Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias.
It is Instagram name Terry656.
I don't know who that is, but
I don't either. Can
but
you guys see
congratulations. We'll
Can
reach
you see?
out to Terry in our somebody reach out to Terry on Brad Show Live on Instagram.
We will.
And let Terry know that he or she just won a free consultation
Congrats.
with me. And Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias, you have anything to promote for yourself?
You guys can follow me on Instagram at Yonathan Elias TV.
And Pizza?
At Brad Show Live.
At Brad Show Live. There it is. All right, so we have something we like to call social media check-in.
All right, everybody, our first 5 questions come for anybody who are actually in the Brad Squad page, the fan page. So you guys get the first 5 questions. I told you guys, this is VIP treatment. So if you're not a part of that page, make sure you go to that page and actually join it right now. All right, first is from Zane Supermom Gooding saying, is VAWA reauthorized?
Yes.
Next question is, Ma Dukes, hi Brad, before swearing in to become a U.S. citizen, I told him I want dual citizenship, but it was never before done. Found out after traveling to Jamaica. How can I get it done, or is it too late?
It happens automatically, dual citizenship. You don't lose your Jamaican citizenship just because you become a U.S. citizen. You just keep your Jamaican passport, you keep your U.S. passport.
All right, our next one comes from Charms saying, Brad, I lost my U.S. visa in October of this year after hours of questioning. I admitted to working for 5 weeks while visiting. I have a U.S. citizen spouse. Can we get married? And he filed for me to come back to the U.S. being that I'm barred from applying for a visa for 5 years.
You're barred for life for misrepresentation. Not 5 years, life. But yes, you can get married and you would need to file a waiver.
Hey Uncle Brad, this is from Melissa Robinson. Hey Uncle Brad, I'm an F1 and I was approved in 2014. When will I hear from the USCIS?
Who filed for who?
No clue.
I have no idea what you're talking about. You filed in 2014. How would I know when you're going to hear from USCIS? I don't even know what you're doing.
All right, Kenson saying, I filed for my wife and daughter I-130 since May 21st, 2019. They're in Haiti. Can I visit them for 24 days in January 2020?
You filed for your wife and daughter in Haiti. Can you go visit them? Well, of course you can. Why wouldn't you be able to? Or they want to come visit you here.
He said, can I visit them for 24 days? Maybe
go visit.
Can they visit for 24 days?
If they have a visa, yeah, but I doubt they're going to get a visa from Haiti after you file for them.
All right.
Okay, our next question from Jad Iyad. I have a question. My friend, she applied for asylum and she did her interview 2 years ago and never heard anything from immigration. Is that normal?
Yes, they're taking years and years. It's on a first in, last out. Last in, first out basis, which means that people who filed years ago are waiting longer than people who filed now.
Cindy Albert saying, I filed my taxes as single even though I'm married. Do you think it will affect my N400 interview?
Yes, you lied on your taxes.
Dream Girl Neosh, Happy New Year, Brad Squad. So I got a date for my interview, but I never received a work permit. Why is that?
Because they're scheduling interviews before they give a work permit. Good for you. You'll get a green card.
Monica Law is saying, good evening, Brad. I asked you about a case for a friend and didn't get the answer or understand the answer. I want to know for my friend married to a veteran. My friend married to a veteran who received government benefits. Can he file for her? I want to know what she has to do. Thank you.
Can a U.S. veteran file for a spouse and the U.S. veteran's getting benefits?
Who receives government benefits?
It depends what the government benefits are.
Elizabeth Francis asks, Brad got a letter stating that my case is approved. How long after approval notice will they mail the card? They said that they had mailed an approval notice, but I didn't get it, so I got a letter today that it has been approved.
So then you did get it, and you should get the card a few weeks later.
Joanna Boudhoo saying, squad up. It's 104 days since my fingerprints has been added to my case. What's next?
Wait for your work permit and interview for your green card.
Maurice Parker asks, I did my interview December 11th, 2019. The interviewer said he will put my case for review. I still don't hear from him. But is it safe for me to travel on my advance parole?
Yes.
Hans saying, after being granted adjustment of status in court, do you have to take the document to the nearby immigration office in order for you to get your card mailed out to you?
Yes.
Yanan Collins says, update on VAWA, please! Exclamation point.
You can file it. Exclamation point.
Linda Shaw saying, how long will it take after you submit your documents to the NVC?
I don't know who's sponsoring you. And I don't know what documents you're talking about. And I don't know what happened to my Magic 8 Ball. Disappeared for the new year.
It's right there.
I would ask the Magic 8 Ball.
It's right there.
I would ask the Magic 8 Ball these questions, but we don't have it.
Good thing, because we don't have time either.
Yes.
Elizabeth Francis asks, they said notice was sent, but didn't get it said. I need a copy. I can file form I-824, but do you think that's necessary as I got a letter because I had called some time ago about my case. The letter just informed me that it has been approved.
I don't know what an I-824 is to transfer a case.
Yes.
To.
But I think that they said notice was sent, but didn't. I need your Facebook translator.
So read it again.
They said notice was sent, but didn't get it. But they said if I need a copy, I can file form I-824. But do you think that's necessary? As I got a letter because I had called some time ago about my case.
Who's sponsoring who?
We don't know.
Okay, the I-824 is for a duplicate approval notice or to transfer your file, but I don't know enough about your case to tell you what you should be doing.
Okay.
All right, our next one comes from Petite, saying, squad up. My special juvenile status application I-360 has been pending for 2 years. What should I do?
Mandamus.
Tasha Thomas says, hi, Brad. Happy New Year to
Happy New
you
Year.
and the team.
Thank you.
Asking for a friend. He came to the U.S. last year, spent 2 weeks, and loved it. He wants to know how he can get a green card.
I wish I had the Magic 8 Ball, but have a consultation with Brad.
Go next, because my computer.
My husband, this is from Toya Wells. My husband filed the I-130, the I-485, the I-765. He is making 49 G's after taxes, and USCIS writes me to say he didn't meet the 125% guidelines. Only the two of us live in the house and 4 kids in Jamaica. What should I send back?
A second affidavit of support from somebody else.
Exaviel Smith says, my brother, I-485 was denied because he didn't submit the I-864 and its support document, but the problem is he's got to refile, but his wife didn't file for 2018 taxes. What should he do to refile?
I think we spoke to this guy. His name was Emmanuel, and I said, Emmanuel, have your wife file a tax return, but it sounds like you're going to need a second affidavit of support, and it sounds like you need the help of a lawyer.
Okay, I'm going to read off of your computer.
What's wrong with your computer?
It's offline.
Offline.
Yes. So we're going to...
the Brad Show live technology.
Yes.
Coming through. We're not on Instagram. We were offline on Yo-Yo's computer.
Yeah. All right. Are we doing Maurice Parker? No?
Let's go to... I just did that one. Yes, Maurice.
Maurice Parker said, I did my interview December 11th, 2019. I did not get an answer up till now. But is it safe for me to travel on my AP?
Yes.
Miss Iqbal, hi. You are looking handsome, Brad.
Thank you.
You're
You're a beautiful woman too. Or maybe you're a man. Or maybe if you're a man, you're a handsome man. I don't know who I'm talking to. Either way, you're a beautiful person.
Look at Brad.
I have
Look
a
at me,
question.
right?
Yeah.
I am a U.S. citizen. I filed I-130 for my husband in Texas Service Center. How long will it take to get approved?
12 months.
Stacia saying, Happy New Year, guys. Question, Uncle Brad. My husband filed an AOS in October for me. However, he would like to change his job. Would this affect the process?
Nope. Go change your job.
Kiki Agekam, Happy New Year, Brad. Can I file for I-539 a week before my I-94 expires?
I-539 is for either an extension or a change of status. As long as the application is received before your I-94 expires, you're good to go.
All right. Okay, Calicia, yeah. Can a retired person do affidavit of support for someone?
Yes, but if they're retired, I don't think they're going to do a very good one because they have no income.
Right.
Georgia Miller Kamara asks, Uncle Brad, please talk about the LRIF, Liberian Refugees Immigration Fairness Act, passed with NDAA on December 20, 2019 by President Trump.
Rewind about an hour. I talked about it, but quickly, if you're a Liberian and you were here since November 20th, 2014, and you've been residing here ever since, you get amnesty. Your children get amnesty as long as they were here when the law passed, and it doesn't matter how old your kids are. They can be 40 years old as long as they're unmarried.
All right,
you
Terry.
File an adjustment. One last thing. One caveat. Got to file it within 1 year.
1 year.
Got to file by the end of the decade, according to the farmers, by December 26, 2020.
All right, Terry Ann Finney saying, hey, Brad, for a U.S. citizen stepfather filing for a stepson under the age of 14, what's the cost for filing fee for the I-485 form?
Go look on USCIS. I don't remember.
That's true.
USCIS.gov.
Google.
This is Evie from Salt Lake City, Utah.
Yes.
Hi, Brad. I came in on an IR5 recently. I also have 2 children below 21 in the university on F1 visas here in the U.S. Can I file an I-130 and I-485 for them?
What is her status?
I came on an IR5 recently.
Okay, so she has a green card.
Okay.
And let's see what the visa bulletin looks like for this month. I didn't look yet, so it'll be news to me as well.
Okay.
And the visa bulletin says, let's see if the visa's current. Let's see, January 2020. And for F2A, it is current. The answer is yes, file an adjustment as long as they've been here for more than 90 days.
Okay, Star Girl Mecca saying, Brad, can someone who's on food stamps be sponsored or can be a sponsor for someone being petitioned for in Jamaica?
Does that sound like you can do that?
No.
Okay. Your yo-yo even do that one.
Yeah, no.
We got a longish one here from Lanre Oluwasium. I visit my house today while I traveled out of state last Friday, and my wife was not at home by the time they came. They met my stepdaughter. They said they're coming back 6 p.m. to meet my wife. Please, what should I expect while
they want to know that this is a bona fide marriage. They're investigating you. So as long as you and your wife are all there living together happily, you're okay. If they're going to come into your home, they're going to say, where's your closet? Where are your clothes? Where are your belongings? You better have stuff there.
Okay.
They're coming to investigate you. I'm out of state on work. You got a problemo. Yeah.
All right, Ben Londa saying, please, do you know why the spouse of LPR that filed for F2A adjustment July 2019 have not heard from NBC? It's still a fingerprint completed. Do you have any idea about this delay?
Well, it's only been about 6 months, so you got to wait at least 12 months before we say it's officially delayed.
Okay, Joanne asks, son was arrested by ICE. He went on trial, he won his cancellation of removal, and he was released from prison. Can I file my citizenship or do I have to wait because I cannot get a job because of my criminal history and felony charge from 20 years ago? And will you do an expunge from my felony charge?
What does it have to do with your son? Well, congratulations on your son, right? It was the son
went. The son
but it had nothing to do with you.
Released, no.
I don't know anything about your felony charge. You need to come and see me.
All right, our last one for now is Ainsworth Gordon saying, if you're filing for your citizenship, then being married to your wife for 3 years, I don't have the date of marriage, previous marriage, and did off previous spouse, what does affect your application? Do you understand that?
Say that one more time.
Yeah, please. All right. You're going to have to do your translation for this one.
I didn't have the translator on. Now go.
Yeah, you got
it? I'm thinking. I'm now thinking with every word you're saying.
All right. If you're filing your citizenship, then being married to your wife for 3 years. I don't have the date of marriage, previous marriage, and did off previous spouse. What does affect your application?
He's basically saying that he's filing his citizenship based on a bona fide marriage to his wife for 3 years.
Okay.
And one of the questions is tell me about your marriage to your prior wife, and when did you get married to the prior wife, and when did you get divorced? And if you don't know that information, you got to go figure it out.
Gotcha.
All right,
That
so
man's
with that,
smart.
right? How is that for Google,
Sheesh.
for Facebook, or YouTube?
You're a smart
to Brad
man.
Show Live translation.
Smart man, smart man.
So we're gonna play a game, Yonathan.
Uh-oh.
Jilly worked on this all weekend long.
Game
It's
time.
a New Year's around the world game. Now, more people celebrate New Year's around the world than any other holiday. I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean everyone celebrates it the same way. And each country has its own unique New Year's celebrations and customs for ensuring health, wealth, happiness, and luck in the coming year. So we're going to play New Year's traditions around the world and test our knowledge on how people from different countries bring in the new year. Let us know in the comments how you rang in 2020, and this is what makes exploring the world so great. Maybe you'll discover some newer traditions. I think I will as well. Now we have how many? Is it first one? What is it? First one to 7 wins?
We have 10 questions here, and then an extra credit, a tiebreaker, just in case you guys.
All right, so we're just going to do all 10 questions, and whoever wins at the end.
That's perfect.
Okay, you ready?
Now,
Yes.
What if the
Well, now I want you to know.
for answering? Who will answer?
That doesn't really matter,
Okay,
all right?
got it.
Because, but I just want you to know that when we started playing these games, Yo-Yo was kicking my ass.
And lately,
But lately, the last 2 or 3 games I've won.
you've been kicking my ass.
Yes, but you've certainly won more over our lifetime than I have.
Yeah, but this is a new decade.
It's a new decade, or the end of one, depending on if you're a farmer or not.
Or not.
Yeah, okay.
All right, are we ready for
Ready.
celebrating New Year's around the world game?
Yes.
Number 1, in this country, it is believed that good fortune in the new year arrives if the first guest to enter through the front door is a young, dark-headed male bearing gifts such as bread to be full, salt to be wealthy, and cold to stay warm. A, England, B, Pakistan, C, Italy, or D, Sweden.
Pakistan, because that doesn't sound like anything in European to me.
England.
I say Pakistan. The answer is
England.
Oh, Yo-Yo.
Yeah.
All right, Yo-Yo, 1-0.
Uh-oh.
All right, next.
All year long, residents of this country save their old dishes in order to break them on each other's front doors on New Year's as a sign of friendship. A, Israel, B, Denmark, C, Turkey, D, Wales.
I was going to say Greece. Give me my choices again.
Denmark.
A, Israel, B, Denmark, C, Turkey, D, Wales.
Denmark.
Turkey.
Denmark.
It's Denmark.
Yo-Yo, how do you know this?
People let.
Because I'm thinking about also culture. Israel is very
Israel, they're not breaking
conservative.
dishes.
Turkey, like I don't see them
I
breaking.
don't know. I went to Swamp Bay a few weeks ago, and they were going pretty crazy there. So I said, maybe they're throwing dishes there too.
All right, 2-0.
right.
People let their broken dishes pile up.
That's crazy.
Basically, it's like the equivalent to social media likes and shares. It showcases how many friends you have. Yes, it's a thing. Okay.
That's pretty interesting.
Number 3. In this country, red is the color that symbolizes happiness and good luck in the new year. Red packets of money are given to children, celebrants carry red lanterns, and people even paint their front doors red. A, Liberia. B, China. C, Finland. D, Argentina.
Well, I think
B, China.
I think they're already telling us China.
Right.
I think Julian gave us the hint.
But I knew
China.
that. I knew that. China.
Fun fact, though, in Turkey, wearing red underwear at midnight on New Year's Eve is crucial to bringing good luck in the coming year. Okay.
I did that.
You did.
Did you?
No, but I should have.
I should have too.
I would have had better luck coming into the new year than I've already had.
Question for the Brad Squad, because so many of them hail from Jamaica. The team read that in Jamaica, newborn babies are dressed in red clothing for good luck and protection. Is that true?
We don't know.
Throwing that out there for you
All
guys.
right, 3-1 Yo-Yo.
All right. 4, disclaimer, we found this tradition interesting, but we do not recommend viewers adopt this New Year's tradition at all. People in this country take cleaning house for the new year to a whole new level. They throw old furniture and appliances like refrigerators from the windows of tall buildings. This is somehow supposed to make the New Year's bright, but it sounds like a very serious health hazard. A, Singapore. B, South Africa. C, Bulgaria. Or D, Kazakhstan.
This sounds crazy. I say Kazakhstan. I don't know. I would say there's a little craziness there. Kazakhstan. I don't think they're throwing out refrigerators in Singapore.
Yeah,
They're very long.
I'll say Kazakhstan.
I say
too.
Kazakhstan.
It is B, South Africa.
Really?
Done by the people of South Africa, particularly those in the
Yeah,
neighborhood.
they're a little crazy there in South Africa too. All right.
Number 5, in this country, a speed eating challenge traditionally brings in the new year. People eat 12 grapes at midnight on New Year's Eve, one for each time the clock chimes. Otherwise, the New Year's superstition is that you'll miss out on the good luck for the coming year. Again, disclaimer, Brad Squad, only approach speed eating with extreme caution, if at all. A, Spain. B, Greece. C, Mexico. Or D, Germany.
Let's say Greece.
I say Mexico.
The answer is Spain.
Ah.
All right.
Number 6.
All right, still 3-1 Yo-Yo.
Yes.
In this country, the New Year's Day celebration changes according to the moon. But unlike other countries that go lunar route, here the festivities do not begin until a crescent moon is sighted. A, Malaysia. B, Egypt. C, Saudi Arabia. Or D, North Korea.
Let's say
North Korea.
Malaysia.
Egypt.
Jay, sheesh. Egypt.
All right.
Okay, number 7. For New
I better
Year's
get
in
something
this country.
I've got everything wrong so far. We're at
No, you
7.
got
I've only
one.
got 1 right.
All right, let's see how you guys do here. For New Year's in this country, round the shape, is the rage. People eat round foods, carry coins in their pockets, and wear clothing with lots of polka dots. The round shape symbolizes money and is believed to boost your finances for the new year. A, Russia. B, Nigeria. C, Philippines. Or D, Pakistan.
I never heard of this before.
Me either.
What are my choices?
A, Russia. B, Nigeria. C, Philippines. Or D, Pakistan.
Let's say Russia.
Nigeria. It's not Russia.
It's Philippines.
Philippines.
Oh, man.
I knew it wasn't Nigeria because they don't wear
So what
circles.
are we
no
still
polka
scored
dots.
at?
3-1.
3-1. Okay. Number 8. More underpants in this country. The color of your underwear helps to determine your specific successes for the next year. For example, red brings love, yellow brings money, and green brings luck. Local markets are festooned with colored underpants leading up to the new year. A, Ghana. B, Brazil. C, France. Or D, Germany.
Brazil.
Brazil.
You're both correct.
Yes.
This tradition is also practiced in Ecuador, Bolivia, and Venezuela.
4-2.
4-2.
My birthday.
I'm gonna
4-2.
Two left.
I got 2 left. I can only tie.
I can tiebreaker.
I know. Go. That's right. He's got to lose everything, and I've got to win everything now.
Okay.
I could play smart.
Yeah.
Number 9. Each year, hundreds of thousands of people flock to a big city in this country to see a big ball drop at midnight. A, Australia. B, Bangladesh. C,
Come
Canada.
on!
That's not really fair. D, United States.
United
Come
States!
on!
United States!
Come on!
Okay.
All right, you won, Yo-Yo.
You won.
All right. Let's do the last one.
All right. Last question is number 10. A favorite way to celebrate the new year in this country is to carry an empty suitcase around the block. This tradition is meant to bring celebrants.
Oh, I give up. I have no idea what the answer is.
A, Italy. B, Colombia. C, Greenland. D, Dominican Republic.
Colombia.
You're right.
Colombia. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Congratulations, Yonathan.
Thank
is the
you.
winner.
The first win of the decade.
Or not the
depending
decade, but
if
the
you
decade.
are a
All
farmer
right,
or not.
I understand we have a speed round, Julian. We're going to answer 10 questions in 90 seconds. I'm told the questions are very long, so you're going to need 90 seconds to answer 10 very long questions.
All right. Let's see if we can win the first one. Woo!
All right, you ready? Go ahead.
Miss Iqbal saying, I'm a U.S. citizen, filed an I-130 for my husband. How long will it take to get approved?
At least 12 months. I answered that already.
Never say never. My F2 category is approved, sponsored by my citizen dad, but now I'm married a few months ago. Can I will continue with this approval F2 category?
No, you're going to be in the F3 as a married son or daughter of a U.S. citizen.
Daniel Cadalis saying, can someone return his citizenship after once he became a citizen?
Yes, you can renounce your citizenship.
Gabriel Miller, if I get a prima facie determination for my abuse case, what does that mean?
It means that they looked at your case and it looks valid on the face of it.
Malika said, what happens after you get a prima facie determination from USCIS?
You wait for them to make a decision on your case.
Michael Lackway, hello, looking to see how long it will take to bring my fiance here from Philippines.
About a year.
George is saying, so Liberians who are in removal proceedings, can they still apply for the LRIF
Absolutely.
relief?
But you have to terminate your removal first.
DJ China, can a mandamus be filed against VAWA case taking over 2 years for a decision?
Yes.
Linda saying, I submit my application form and document to NVC. What's next?
Wait for them to contact you regarding, I don't know who's sponsoring you for a visa appointment or whatever else is going on with your case.
Sue Ann, if I file my citizenship this year, how long will I have to wait?
Less than 12 months.
Woo!
We did it!
Yeah, some of those questions, A, we asked already, so I don't know how that happened. And B, some of the questions were so vague I couldn't answer them.
Yeah.
But we still
got it.
We were still able to do it.
We still got it.
We still got it. Our first show into the new year.
I'm happy with that.
You were very fast there on the trigger there, pizza.
Thank you.
Yo-Yo, what do you got? Some comments of the day?
I do. All right, our first comment of the day comes from K-Stages Fun saying, I was seriously sick without Uncle Brad and team. Now I'm super excited that my medication is here.
All right, very good.
We're the remedy.
We are the remedy. The doctor is in the house.
The doctor is in the house.
Yes.
Dr. Yo-Yo.
Got it all here. Number 2 is from Juan. I work for an immigration attorney here in Texas. I like listening to your program since you have the information that I need as a foundation when I draft briefs for my boss.
Wow. Brad, you're doing other people's work.
Yeah, apparently, okay.
How's that make you feel?
I don't know. I mean, it makes me feel good. I'm always concerned about their clients.
Right.
You're like, I don't know what I should be doing. Let me watch Brad Show Live and I'll start drafting some stuff.
Well, listen, I hope that you're telling your clients and all your friends to be watching the show as well. We helping you out, help us out too.
That's right.
All right, our third one comes from the famous Cordella Douglas saying, this New Year Monday evening with Uncle Brad is super sweet. No, sir. Uncle Brad, you are the best.
Aw, thank you, Cordella. We missed you too.
Yeah.
And our last comment of the day for today. Drew Berry, what is Brad's New Year's resolution?
This is good. We didn't ask you.
I didn't make one.
Okay.
Really?
No.
Okay.
No, I was. I didn't really go out and do much for New Year's.
That doesn't mean you can't have a resolution.
Yeah, I didn't have a resolution. Okay. But maybe I'll come up with one.
All
but
right.
I don't have one, unfortunately.
Okay.
I know mine.
Yeah.
Mine is to not procrastinate.
What is yours?
I don't know either.
Yeah, I don't really do that stuff.
I say gain more weight, which is odd to most people.
That's why you're pizza.
Yeah,
Eat more
so
pizza.
You want to take some of mine?
Yeah.
This holiday weight?
All right, then mine is lose weight. There you go. I'll give you mine. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. We're glad you're back. It is a new decade, no matter what the farmers say. Woo! And we'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for watching. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein Law Firm, located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465.